Welcome back to the Code 1098 True Crime Podcast. Thanks for tuning in for Season 2. This week we are talking about human trafficking. National Human Trafficking Awareness Day is recognized each year on January 11th. There are often common signs that a person is being trafficked. A victim may appear to be malnourished or show signs of physical injury and abuse. Victims will typically avoid eye contact and any type of social interaction. They often avoid authority figures such as law enforcement at all costs. When speaking, victims often appear to be reading from a script or to have rehearsed what they are saying. Most victims will typically lack any type of official identification documents. The three most common types of human trafficking are sex trafficking, forced labor, and debt bondage. The average age for a person being trafficked is 13 years old, and women make up the majority of the victims. The Federal Victims of Trafficking Protection Act of 2000 defines human trafficking as either sex trafficking, which is a commercial sex act that is obtained through force, fraud, or coercion, or forced labor obtained through similar means. Unlike drugs and guns, people are reusable commodities, so the supply is always renewable. Wisconsin is ranked number 6 in the nation. I-94 is a major corridor for human trafficking as it goes from Chicago through Milwaukee and to the Wisconsin Dells. From there, you can go to Minneapolis or North Dakota. I-94 has become some sort of designated superhighway for human traffickers. Many young individuals have gone missing from the Wisconsin Dells. In most cases, they are individuals that are here in the United States under work or student visas. Their disappearances rarely make any headlines because nobody here is looking for them, and with their families being overseas, they don't have the same knowledge or resources someone in the U.S. would have. These people eventually become forgotten by everyone except their family. Milwaukee, Wisconsin has been designated a hub for human trafficking. 6 females aged 16 and 17 were reported missing in Milwaukee in 2022. Kiera Johnson was last seen on May 4th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Kiera is an African-American female, 5'7" and 160 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. It is not known what she was last seen wearing. It is possible that she is still in the area. There is very little information available in Kiera's case. Kiera is 17 years old. Janiyah Walker was last seen in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on June 23, 2022. Janiyah is 15 years old. She is an African-American female, 5'3" tall and 120 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. Janiyah was last seen in Milwaukee at 400 West Brown Street and was carrying a large backpack and wearing a green t-shirt and blue jeans. On the day that Janiyah went missing, she was supposed to be picked up from her house around 4 p.m. by her father to go pick up her work permit. Her mother was at work, and the two had exchanged text messages into the early afternoon. Her parents both tried to reach her by phone, and their calls went to voicemail, leading them to believe something was wrong. Janiyah's mother was interviewed by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel and expressed she is concerned and shared that her daughter has a documented history of depression and PTSD. She said, "We absolutely view her as being a critical missing, as even besides her young age, she has never done anything like this before." The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children produced a video featuring an urgent alert about Janiyah's case and a message from Janiyah's mother, Tanisha Howard, which was released on their social media platforms and news media distribution lists. Her message to Janiyah was, "Please call me and let me know you are safe. I love you and you will always be my little baby." Destiny Rockwell Chappell was last seen in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on July 23, 2022. Destiny is an African-American female, 5'4" and 135 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. It is not known what she was last seen wearing. There is very little information available in Destiny's case. Destiny is 17 years old. Constance Carver was last seen in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on July 26, 2022. Constance is a white female, 5'3" and 200 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. It is not known what she was last seen wearing, and there is very little information available in Constance's case. Constance is 16 years old. Terea Campagna is a 16-year-old biracial female that is 5'7" and 142 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. It is not known what she was last seen wearing. Torreya Campagna is a 16-year-old biracial female. She is 5'7" and 142 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. It is not known what she was last seen wearing. Torreya was last seen in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on November 10th. India Washington was last seen in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on December 19th, 2022. India is an African-American female, 5'6" and 124 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. It is not known what she was last seen wearing. There is very little information available in India's case. India Washington is 16 years old. Any information regarding the whereabouts of these young girls should be directed to the Milwaukee Police Department at 414-933-4444 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST or 1-800-843-5678. Many times the traffickers target low-income areas and individuals who are more easily manipulated. Human trafficking is a global problem. People are a renewable commodity, and that has made them a big target. So many young people go missing every single day. Some are just thought of as troubled runaways, and some are just thought of as a lost cause. But I can't help but wonder how many of these people fell into a situation where they are now being trafficked. Anyone who suspects there to be a human trafficking situation should contact the FBI. Show your support for the fight against human trafficking tomorrow and wear blue. Thank you for listening to Code 1098. Check out my Patreon page for case discussions and more. Thank you for tuning in today. Until next week.